because the book festival was supposed to be this weekend, and because the DragonCon writing track was supposed to be this weekend, we are going to do a story about plot bunnies that won't let you sleep. And we're going to begin this monologue in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The worst thing about trying to write a book, you can't, sometimes you just get blocked, and you look around and you begin to see why there are bunnies all around. And they're just
the plot. These bunnies, they have little bits of the plot that they carry around in those puffy little bunny cheeks. And occasionally they'll be kind enough to drop one at your feet. But no, most of the time you're reaching for a bit of plot, and that bunny will snatch it right out from under you.
So down the rabbit hole I went. I was chasing a particular bunny. I was writing a story about a princess who had disavowed her royalty to be with her people. She was named the bunny. The bunny has her name. I have to chase after the bunny. So down the rabbit hole I went. I was going to find out the name of Princess,
whose name I still didn't know. And Bunny took off with that name. And I just couldn't catch up with that plot bunny. And I knew that the name was going to be important because
the whole story would have to work its way around the bunny's name. So I start thinking quickly, what am I going to call this? I know I'm going to call it.
And that's where I got stuck. I knew nothing at all. And so there I was. And suddenly I was in a bookstore. I went down the stacks. I was the only one in the bookstore, so I could take off my mask. I went through general fiction.
I went through horror. Well, all right, I stayed in horror for a little while. I feel so at home there. But I went through the sci-fi section. I went through the romance section.
Finally, I ended up in young adult, and there were books by Nan Monroe. I started paging through her books. They were all inspired by classic tales, except in all of these, the princess was the hero. She was the woman of action. I was enthralled. I kept reading. I kept
reading, and this sounded so similar to a story I was going to write. I had to change some of the things in my own story, but that's all right, because I had the perfect name for my heroine, the name that the plot bunny had snatched away from me, the name the entire story would hinge around.
Then I saw a fluffy cloud and I forgot the name. It was so fluffy like the bunnies. And the name, it escaped me again. So
there goes another bunny, chasing after it through the clouds, through the atmosphere. I'm beginning to breathe.
Breath. Go ahead, Mark.
Bunny, wait for me. Wait for me, Bunny, please. You have what I need. What I need, please. But the bunny kept going.
Just slow down a little bit, Bunny. I'm flapping my arms as fast as I can to keep up with you in these clouds, and I think I'm gonna be fine.
And the bunny, it didn't even stop. It didn't even say hello. It panted as it ran as fast as it could, and it said, I'm late for a very
important thing.
I did say hello, goodbye. I'm late. And all of a sudden, I'm in a very strange land where there's a teapot and a queen made out of a playing card.
So naturally, I thought, let's find the ace, or better still, the king, so that this queen, who's not very nice, can take second place and be put in her place.
I found the king, but the king said, this is a Nan Monroe novel. I don't have the action here. The queen has the action here. So you're going to have to go make nice with her, or you're never going to learn any of our names. And if you don't learn our names, you're not getting your typewriter back. Yeah.
Then Joan of Arc came through and she rode up and she scooped me up. And then I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm on Joan of Arc. And then Rapunzel let down her hair and scooped us up. And she was going ahead and going up and going up. And then all of a sudden, Rainbow Bright came through and lifted us further up into the clouds. And then
Wonder Woman captured us with her lasso, flinging us forward through the clouds until Freya could have us on her winged back. And we kept
riding with Freya, and Freya's really cool because she's got a chariot pulled by cats. I mean, come on, that's just awesome. So I got a little distracted there for a while because I wanted to pet the cats.
It turns out the cats are actually controlling the whole flight pattern. So now we have cats taking the reins and forcing her to go places she never had been before, like to the cat special place for their food.
And when I arrived at the special place for their food, I learned that the head cat, surrounded by all of the plot bunnies, was Dame Judi Dench.